this is not easy. I've been asked by the two boards who already know what I'm about to share with you. They have been aware since about Tuesday. The board chairs a little longer. And, it is some reluctance, but it was inevitable, I think, considering all my challenges physically lately, that I'm announcing to you that I will be retiring from pastoral service at the end of next June. So the congregation has that amount of time with me to make preparations for the next stage of its ministry and its life. So I just want to let you know that at the end of next June I will be retiring. It's time, and just so you know. And John's going to say a little bit about next steps, I believe. I think that's what he's going to talk about.
This is part of the official process of what happens. Obviously, for many of you, it's a shock to realize that Darrell's retiring, that the act is getting older, and it's mortal. But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with retirement. I can recommend it highly. Nevertheless, it happens to all of us at some point. And certainly from what Nancy said earlier, it's extremely important that we show appreciation, not just appreciation month for ministers all the time. And I'm going to read his letter simply because I think it's important for you to hear. This is what came to me as the chair of the committee. First Baptist Church Simcoe. Dear church family, this letter is meant to you formally to indicate that it is my intention to retire from full-time ministry at First Baptist and as a CBOQ pastor on or about June 30th, 2025. I trust this advance notice will give the church's leadership ample time to make any necessary preparation for the next chapter in its ministry. I am taking this step with full appreciation for all the love and support extended to myself, Nora, and our whole family. God bless you moving forward into God's directed future. Sincerely, Reverend Darrell Maguire. So you've now been informed that Darrell will be retiring in June. The next step, when you buy a lawnmower or a car, it always comes with an owner's manual. The owner's manual here happens to be our Constitution. And it says exactly what happens if a minister, if you need to call another minister. Upon the resignation of the ministers, I'm sure you've got it memorized, Article 7, Part 1B, I'm sure it just burns into your mind, but that's what it says. Upon the resignation of the minister, a committee of 9 persons, called the Ministerial Settlement Committee, shall be prepared by the Board of Deacons to be approved at a meeting of the church called especially for that task. So that is giving notice that this is the next chapter that needs to be done. Fortunately, we have many months of time to be able to appreciate Darrell and also to get our act together in terms of what happens next. So it's basically the Board of Deacons, the nominating committee normally will select or find names which the deacons would then add to or approve or do whatever they need to do with it. So that's just to let you know that this is what the next steps will be in the next months ahead. A Ministerial Settlement Committee, why it's called that, I have no idea. It's history. It's in the book. So that basically is the purpose of this, very briefly. Obviously, the congregation will be preparing things to say to Darrell how much we appreciate him. May even get him to be able to try races before I retire. So he can get on before he doesn't try races. I mean, he likes chocolate, we know that. Chocolate-covered raisins are not all bad. He's not a believer yet, so let's see what happens with that. So this basically is the purpose of this meeting, this conclusion.